When a Jewish baby boy is born, everyone knows that 8 days later you have a Brit Milah or a bris, which will date all the way back to Abraham, which demonstrates the covenant between the Jewish people and God. It literally translates to covenant of circumcision. What then are we to do with Jewish baby girls? In chapter 29 of the book of Deuteronomy, Moses is giving his final charge to the children of Israel, and he says, quote, "You are standing this day, all of you, before the Lord your God, your heads, your tribes, your elders, your officers, even all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and the stranger that is in your midst, that you shall enter into the covenant of the Lord your God and into his oath, which the Lord your God has made with you this day." In other words, women are just as much a part of the covenant as are men, only God trusts them enough to keep up their end of the bargain so that it be a physical reminder. The celebrating of the naming of a Jewish girl beyond a short prayer following a Torah reading is a much more modern practice, with its earliest iterations recorded within the Sephardic world in the 17th century. We've chosen a few passages to read, which will be followed by a few short blessings, the naming itself, and finally an explanation of the sources of her name. So,
O God and God of our ancestors, bring this baby into a life of joy, a life of goodness, a life of wisdom. May it be your will that our daughter be a maker of peace and a pursuer of peace, and let her light shine round her to illuminate her companions. Strengthen our will and our strength to guide her in the ways of Torah and faithful devotion to you. Give us the ability to lead her in the paths of the valiant women and men of Israel, whose actions have shone brightly in all generations of our people's history.
sure. My parents are going to come up for make sure you're
May your eyes sparkle with the light of Torah, and your ears hear the music of its words. May the space between each letter of the scrolls bring warmth and comfort to your soul. May the syllables draw holiness from your heart, and may this holiness be gentle and soothing to the world. May your study be passionate, and meanings bear more meanings, until life itself arrays itself to you as a dazzling wedding feast. And may your conversation, even of the commonplace, be a blessing to all who listen to your words and see the Torah glowing in your face.
So we traditionally signify Jewish life cycle events through the recitation of Kiddush, which is literally the sanctification, because everything is more special with wine. And actually, according to Jewish tradition, wine does indeed make everything better. So, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagefet.
Amen.
She'll sleep well.
So after surviving a perilous experience, it's traditional to make a special blessing of Thanksgiving called Birkat HaGomel, thanking God for bringing you through safely. In the case of travelers, the mother waits at least a week after the delivery before recitation, so we made it.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hagomel v'chayavim tovot shegmalenu kol tov.
So, we're now going to do the traditional invocation for the naming. If you listen carefully, you'll get a free preview. Following that, we'll have 3 more blessings, and then we'll explain her name. So, bear with us. Yishabera, Imotenu, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, Leah, Miriam, Hanibiyah, Abigail, Esther, Hamata, Abigail, Hu Yivarech, Et HaYalda, Hanimah, Hazot, V'yikra, Shema, Dahlia, Shira, Bat Binyamin, Gilad, Miriam, Mazal Tov, V'yishat Bracha, V'ygadluha, V'yut, Shalom, V'nucha, V'zakeh et aviha v'et imeha, V'yirot, Simchat, V'berachupata, בבנים ובבנות, אושר בכבוד. עוד ינובון בשיבה, דשנים ורעננים יהיו, וכן יהי רצון ונאמר אמן. So,
he who blessed our matriarchs, Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, and Miriam the prophetess, and Abigail, and Queen Esther, the daughter of Abihail. May he bless this dear girl, and let her name be called Dahlia, Shira, Bat Benjamin, Gilad, Ben Miriam. In good fortune and blessing, and may she be brought up in health, peace, and tranquility. May her parents merit to share in her times of rejoicing, and in her marriage, in sons and daughters, wealth and honor. They shall still be fruitful in old age, vigorous and fresh they shall be, so shall it be your will. Let us say, Amen.
Baruch Hashem Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam hatov v'hametiv. Baruch Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam shehachianu v'kiyamanu v'kiyanu l'zman hazeh. Switch sides. Get a hand up. Yisimech Elohim Kesara Rivka Rachel v'Leah Asher banu et Beit Yisrael Yivarechecha Adonai v'yishmerecha Ya'er Adonai panav elecha v'yichunecha Yisa Adonai panav elecha v'yason lecha shalom V'yihi ratzon l'fnecha v'yidu shel She'yiten b'libech ahvato v'yirato V'tihiyeh yirat Hashem al panayich Kol yamayich shalot techetai ve'utihiyeh chashkef b'torah v'mitzvot einayich v'nochach yabitu ich yidaber chachmot v'libech yehegeh emot yadayich ya'asu b'mitzvot רגלייך ירוצו לעשות רצון אביך בשם ויהיה לקורך ברוך.
May God make you like Sarah, Rivka, Rachel, and Leah, the pillars of Israel. May God bless you and safeguard you. May God illuminate his countenance for you and be gracious to you. May God turn his countenance to you and establish peace for you. May it be the will of our God in heaven that he instill in your heart his love and reverence. May the fear of God be upon your face all your days, in order that you not sin. May your craving be for the Torah and the commandments. May your eyes gaze towards truth. May your mouth speak wisdom. May your heart contemplate awe. May your hands engage in the commandments. May your feet run to do the will of your God in heaven. May the source of your posterity be blessed.
So, where did Dahlia's, in case you missed that, Dahlia's name come from? So, like we did for Zahava, who's yawning, we began our name exploration by thinking of names that A, we loved, and B, met certain name criteria that could be somewhat unique, beautiful sounding and looking when written. The same in Hebrew and English. No Benjamin Binyamin has to be exactly the same. And, very importantly, easy to pronounce in English. So of the short list of names that fit all of these criteria, we realized that with Dahlia we could make a personal connection to my papu, David Levy, who passed away in 2005, and that helped us to settle on which name to choose for this little one. Dahlia means branch or tendril in Hebrew, and while the English word Dahlia refers to the state flower of Mexico, which is a genus named after Swedish botanist Anders Dahl. The spelling of the flower Dahlia is D-A-H-L-I-A, while the Hebrew name is more commonly transliterated as D-A-L-I-A or D-A-L-Y-A. We are uncommon people, however, so we choose to use the spelling of the flower / the spelling of the street that the JCC is on. So the other criterion for naming our daughter was that we wanted to name her after my Zeta Saul Shapiro, who passed away a year and a half ago in 2011. Growing up, Zeta was always a big part of my life. As the patriarch of the family, as a weekly fixture at the Shabbat table, as a provider for his children and his grandchildren. Through Zeta's foresight and sometimes risky business ventures, along with some much-needed accounting from my dad, we are able to live in a beautiful house on a park, to despite my choice to enter the ever-lucrative world of Jewish education. As an added fun fact, Zeta served in the U.S. Air Corps, which is the predecessor to the Air Force, and was stationed both in Colorado Springs as well as at Lowry for at least a short while. I wish I'd had the chance to ask him about his time in Colorado, but when we bring the girls over to Wings Over the Rockies, we can tell them that their great-grandfather once served in that very building and would have loved to have had a beer garden on the basement. We wanted an S name for Saul, and an obvious choice, given her birthday on Rosh Chodesh, was Sivan. But ultimately, we decided to stay with our original choice of Shira, because not only is Shira a Shin name rather than a Samech, but all the letters of Shira are found in the name Shapiro, you notice, and it's just missing the P and the O. So we felt that that was also a higher level of connection with my grandfather. I hope that Dahlia Shira will share his devotion to family, relationships, Judaism, and lemon drops. And we feel honored to name our daughter for both of my grandfathers.
So we started, sorry. When Dahlia was born, we began a tradition of giving her books that included the names of everyone who she was named after. And we wanted to do the same for Dahlia. Hopefully Dahlia will do a good job of sharing her books, but this will start Dahlia's book collection. So first we have a book, David Dreaming of Dinosaurs. Dr. Papu. Then we have a book, Small Saul, which is a little bit funny because Zeta was not small. He was very tall.
Like 6'2".
About a little pirate who was a small Saul. And we have a book called Dahlia, a little girl named Dahlia. And finally, a PJ Library book, and Shira Imagined. So these are for you. We'll put them on your bookcase. And when we read them to you, we will be reminded of Papu and Zeta.
So we'd like to close with the following blessing from the Gemara found in Brachot, page 17a. May you live to see your world fulfilled and your destiny be for the world to come. May you trust in generations past and yet to be, and your heart be filled with understanding. May your mouth speak wisdom, and your tongue sing songs of praise. May your vision be straight on the path before you, and your eyes shine with the light of the Torah. May your face reflect the brightness of the heavens, and your lips utter knowledge. May your fulfillment be in righteousness, and may your steps run to hear the words of ancient wisdom.
So we're just going to close with some thank yous and then enjoy Nosh. So thank you to everyone for joining us today, especially on a very busy Sunday in Denver. Marathon, Celebrate Family, Israel Walk, everything that's going on today. I continue to be amazed by our friends and community that we have here just after 3.5 years in Denver. As many of you know, this pregnancy was not an easy one for me. And I'm still shocked that I made it past 39 weeks and had an 8-pounder. The support from our parents, friends near and far during the pregnancy and since Dahlia's arrival has meant the world to our family. A special thank you to Big Sister Zahava. Who has been very, very patient with Mommy, especially the last few weeks when even walking to the playground was a challenge for me. Zahava, we love you so much, and we know that you will take your new Big Sister role very seriously. There really are so many of you who have supported us in the last 9+ months, whether it was coming over to play with Zahava, pick up groceries, practice driving with me, and now bringing us meals. But I'd like to give a special thank you to the staff of Rodef Shalom Preschool, who have been very flexible with our needs in a very comfortable place for Zahava. And thank goodness Dahlia was born on a weekday, and Zahava was able to be at school all day. Finally, thank you to our parents, Bubby and Saba, who are here from Seattle, for helping out this week, and to Grandma, my mom, who will be coming in from Philadelphia soon to meet Dahlia and to play with our new biking big sister. Having the extra set of hands around to hold the baby or build Lego towers is great, and I can even take more than a minute shower. So thanks again, and Dahlia looks forward to meeting all of you, and please stick around for refreshments in the other room. Thank you very much for being here.